It's likely that when you think of V12 engines, you picture exotic supercars or luxury sedans screaming down gorgeous routes accompanied by the sound of their engines. On the other hand, there is a different world, one in which 12-cylinder animals are not just for speed, but also for raw power that may shatter the earth into pieces. I would like to welcome you to the world of V12-powered trucks, which are mechanical beasts intended not to win races but to move mountains. This world is both terrible and fascinating. V12 trucks have left an indelible mark on automotive history, having been used in everything from military-grade machines to record-breaking road haulage. Let's take a look at the 5 fastest V12 trucks that have ever been manufactured. Each one is a mechanical marvel that reimagines the concept of physical force. Number 5. The Tatra T815-7 V12, which has 440 horsepower. Not only is the Tatra T815-7 a truck, but it is also a combat machine that happens to be camouflaged as a transport vehicle. A gigantic 19.0-liter air-cooled V12 diesel engine, capable of producing 440 horsepower, powers this armored beast, which was constructed by the Czech firm Tatra for military use. When compared to supercharged monsters, that figure would appear to be rather low. However, try not to be fooled. This truck is not concerned with speed. It is designed to withstand the most severe conditions in the most dangerous battle zones across the planet. The unique backbone tube chassis and fully independent suspension system of the T815-7 are what set it apart from similarly designed vehicles. It can climb steep hillsides, cross rivers, and tear through sandstorms with equal ease because of these advancements, which give it incredible off-road capabilities. It is capable of transporting personnel, artillery, and even mobile missile systems into areas where conventional vehicles would be unable to survive on their own. Without a doubt, long-lasting. The Tatra T815-7, which was designed specifically for combat conditions, demonstrates that tremendous power is useless without unrivaled dependability. Number 4. Prototype of the Mercedes-Benz Zetros 27336x6 V12, which has 483 horsepower. Even though the modern Mercedes-Benz Zetros is already a beast in the world of off-road logistics, the mythology becomes even more ominous and potent when we discuss the incredibly uncommon V12 prototype version of the vehicle. However, in contrast to the ordinary versions, which come equipped with powerful inline-6 engines, this experimental V12 edition was created to be a machine that does not make any concessions and was constructed for the harshest situations on the planet. At its core, this prototype is equipped with a giant V12 diesel engine that is capable of producing 483 horsepower and an equally astounding mountain of torque. This engine is capable of towing armored tanks and easily traversing deep snow, undiscovered deserts, and high-altitude mountain passes. In order to push the limits of what is mechanically possible for a tactical truck, it was designed specifically for harsh military operations and testing in difficult terrain. Despite the fact that it was never manufactured in large quantities, the Zetros 512 continues to be one of the most mysterious engineering testbeds that Mercedes-Benz has ever produced. It is a combination of military dependability and luxury-grade construction quality. This prototype, which is rugged, raw, and has a look that is on the verge of being apocalyptic, serves as a representation of how even a luxury brand like Mercedes can unleash its dark side when designing for a world that exists outside paved highways. Number 3. Berliet T100 with 600 horsepower. At the time of its introduction in the 1950s, the Berliet T100 was the largest truck in the world. It was a mechanical behemoth that emerged from France in the aftermath of the war. A Cummins 512 diesel engine that was capable of producing 600 horsepower was the driving force behind this colossal vehicle, which was designed to conquer the harsh terrain of the Sahara Desert. On the other hand, the T100 was not only about numbers. Taking scale and strength to ludicrous lengths was the focus of this endeavor. On the scales, this desert titan weighed more than 100 tons when it was completely laden. Undoubtedly, the T100 exuded an air of industrial superiority in every aspect. Because only 4 units were ever made, it was not just legendary, but also extremely uncommon. Nevertheless, each one demonstrated that it was capable of transporting enormous oil rigs and supplies across some of the most difficult terrain on the planet. Number 2. Lamborghini LM002 V12. Truck have upwards of 450 to 700 horsepower. The Lamborghini LM002 was not merely a truck. Rather, it was a declaration of unbridled power and unrepentant luxury. It was given the nickname Rambo Lambo. But that wasn't enough for some. The gigantic 7.2-liter L804 V12 marine engine, which was initially meant for offshore powerboats, was installed in a few of the LM002s that were improved by bespoke tuners and eccentric millionaires. These modified creatures had the potential to create well over 700 horsepower, which would transform the LM002 into a monster that could shred sand, blast through dune debris, and have the spirit of a supercar. The border between military-grade practicality and Italian exotica was blurred by this car, which was owned by royalty, warlords, and the ultra-rich, notably Uday Hussein and members of the Saudi royal family. There is one thing that the LM002 demonstrated. When Lamborghini constructs a truck, it does not adhere to any rules. As a noisy, quick, uncommon, and completely insane off-road vehicle, it reimagines what a V12 off-roader can be. Number 1. Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6 V12. Swap with more than 1,000 horsepower. Instead of a factory-built monster, the item that tops the list is a legendary aftermarket product. An impressive twin-turbo V8 engine is already included as standard equipment in the Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6. Nevertheless, it has been replaced with V12 engines in several extreme builds, particularly the Pagani-tuned AMG V12S, which have achieved a horsepower rating of 1,000 or higher. In order to transform an already outrageous 6-wheel drive SUV into a fire-breathing monster that can bulldoze dunes, scale rugged peaks, and still look like it belongs on a red carpet, these swaps are performed by high-end tuners such as Brabus and Mansory, or even by individual garages. As a conclusion, it is important to note that V12 trucks are the pinnacle of engine engineering and mechanical chutzpah. These machines are not simply trucks. Rather, they are rolling homage to torque, testosterone, and over-the-top engineering. They range from military giants to off-road super luxury beasts. There is no substitute for 12 cylinders of power, regardless of whether you are transporting tanks or blasting across a desert in luxury. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if military beasts like the Tatra T8 15-7 get your adrenaline pumping.